Welcome back everyone to another video, and Jaden Smith has pretty recently come into his own in the rap industry, and his work as a rapper is now front and center. Now let's take a look at him overall and see just how good a rapper he really is. Now, Jaden Smith has been famous basically from birth because, as we all know, he was raised by the power of will. Due to this, he started his career mainly as a child actor, starring in some of my favorite movies like The Pursuit of Happiness and some of my not so favorite movies like After Earth. And then of course there was the time that it all started when he was in the Karate Kid movie in 2010 and he had a short rap in the featured song Never Say Never. Like Luke with the force, if push comes to shove, like Kobe in the force, ice water, let blood go. Gotta be the best, and yes, with the And although some of us look back on this rap and find his voice a bit annoying, I think that we all have to admit that whether or not he actually wrote the lyrics, he does a pretty good job rapping for someone who is only 12 years old. Now moving 2 years ahead, Jaden Smith released his debut mixtape, The Cool Cafe, at just 14 years old. You have to consider that he was really young at the time, but if we really have to break it down, I think that we can see that most of the lyrics are very basic and generally just has a boring flow.
On them juices, they say Jaden, yeah, he's too legit. And I be flipping cause they slipping and they dipping in the pool, they say I'm cool and they be drooling.
So even though he was just a teenager, I think that we can see that his music couldn't really be considered a major force yet in hip hop. Moving forward 2 more years, I think the age and experience definitely did Jaden some favors, and he released his first album at 16, CTV2. While this collection of songs is considerably better than his previous work, I still felt that he would do a lot better if his flows were more interesting and his lyrics just worked together more. I think that we can all agree that this group of 8 songs on CTV2 just lacks an overall direction, and it doesn't really make an album that holds together well. Now don't get me wrong, this album does have some good aspects, but some songs like Zoned
can't put in her weed. I'm really hating her attitude. My friends want me to leave. Well, I'ma do what I have to do.
They just really fell apart for me, and it felt like it was trying to do too much in a small space. So one EP and a Netflix show later, Jaden Smith released his new album Syre, which is what caused the biggest splash. Now when I first heard about the album, I think I speak for a lot of other people when I say that I thought back to the 12-year-old Jaden Smith with the squeaky voice who rapped with Justin Bieber on Never Say Never. With flashing a new haircut and some grills, he showed the world that he really had grown up and changed. He tied down features from A$AP Rocky and Rory and really managed to impress almost everyone with his new sound. And within this strong album, we have the song that almost everyone has heard at this point, Icon.
I don't got the time to put you on a stretcher. I am here and I'm still flexing. I am just an icon living. Start a record label, Misfits just did it.
Overall, I think his new album had some really powerful lyrics and delivery, and it definitely got the attention that it deserves. He confirmed that he already has 2 new projects that he'll be releasing over the course of 2018. First, he's going to make a sequel to the album Syre called Eris, which is Sire spelled backwards. And then he's also going to make a second project, a special edition of Syre, where the whole album is in a cappella. That is a pretty interesting idea to say the least, so I'll definitely keep my eyes out for it when it drops and make a video on it for you guys if I think it's worth it. Going back to the question of the video, I do think overall Jaden Smith is a bit underrated in rap. Although he might not be the kind of artist who's gonna save hip hop like he hinted at in the album, but if he continues to create with the same consistency, I think he will become a force over the course of his career. I want to end this video by thanking you all for watching. It would be great if you guys could subscribe because it really helps the channel grow, and there's a link to the channel's Twitter in the description. Thanks again and see you next time.